is recognized.
Madam Chair, I'd like to yield 3 minutes. The gentleman from Rhode Island, Mr. Kennedy, who has been the leading voice in this subcommittee in the House for improving mental health care services for America's veterans and services to homeless veterans.
The chair recognizes the gentleman from Rhode Island for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I want to thank the chairman of the Appropriations Subcommittee on Veterans Affairs, Chairman Edwards, for his leadership on what has been an amazing increase in funding for veterans in this country. As chairman of the Appropriations Committee, we have seen in the last cycle the largest single increase in veterans funding in the 76-year history of the Veterans Administration in the last cycle. And as such, that has carried over to this cycle and will in the succeeding years ahead as we continue to increase the veterans' appropriations. And again, this year, we are seeing another large increase in the veterans' spending, including increases in veterans' mental health. And that, my friends, is what I am so pleased to see, especially in the wake of the terrible tragedy at Camp Victory, where we saw a murder-suicide, once again highlighting the terrible tragedy that so many of our veterans are facing with the psychological wounds that they are facing in the combat that they are so readily seeing on a day-to-day basis. They are not only suffering the physical wounds of war, but the psychological and mental wounds of war. And I'd like to acknowledge the ranking member, Zach Wamp, for the incredible support that he is giving to our veterans in the area of mental health services. We have seen in this bill $4.6 billion for mental health services in this bill. We have seen an additional $3.2 billion for homeless veterans. It's a tragedy, as my friend Sam Farr said, that the single largest percentage of homelessness population in this country are veterans. That should not be the case, and in this bill we seek to try to end that situation. Mr. Speaker, I also am pleased to see that this committee responds to the veterans of America in providing advance funding for veterans funding for the succeeding years, so that veterans do not have to wait on Congress to provide those funds, and that we provide an additional $48 billion in 2011 budget. And that, my friends, is a result of General Shinseki, the VA Secretary's strong advocacy and this President's commitment to our veterans to make sure that they don't have to wait. They don't have to wait for a budget in order to know that they're going to get the funds they need to take care of our veterans. And for these and all the reasons, I'm so proud to be part of this committee and to see that this country lives up to its promise to our nation's veterans. And I thank the chairman for all the good work that he does. And I thank the ranking member for all the good work that he does. And I'm proud to be on this committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.